Welcome, world builders, to the Fire Dog podcast. This is the show where we redefine financial independence. This is the place where we retire in our 40s and our 50s, and where we retire decades earlier before traditional retirement of age 65. I'm your host, Omolola Oyewumi, fondly called Lola Wealth, your Fire Dog coin. And this is a space where you're going to be learning how to design wealth with purpose, break free from paycheck dependence, and also build the life that you truly deserve, one powerful decision at a time. If you are ready to make money work for your dreams, not your fears, you are in the right place. If you are ready to live the life you deserve, funded by the wealth you create, you are actually in the right place. And if you are ready to retire on your own terms, this podcast is for you. So let's get fired up. Welcome once again, world builders. Our topic today is small win and big results, which is the power of compounding choices. Because money and success, they are not built on a single giant leap, but they are built on tiny, consistent steps that compounds over time. And here's the truth. Most people underestimate the power of the small wins because they don't see the result almost immediately. Right? But we live in a world where we celebrate big achievements, launches, promotions, milestones, but the real transformation happens quietly, which is behind the scenes, in the micro decisions that we make where no one is applauding us. A study from Duke University found that 45% of what we do daily is driven by our habit, and I believe 100% with that, right? They are not mostly by intention, but our habits. And that means that your habits are literally designing your life. If your daily habits are aligned with your goals, you are compounding success. Trust me. If not, you are compounding frustration, disappointment, and whatnot. So the question is not, what's my big goal? You know what the question should be? The real question is, what small habits am I repeating today that is shaping my tomorrow? And Albert Einstein famously called compounding interest as the eighth wonder of the world. He said that he who understands this, they earn it, but those who doesn't understand it, they pay it. And I think I have shared this over and over in my previous training, where I talked about when you earn compounding interest is when you put your money where you're earning over 8%, 9%, and you are earning it as your income gain. And where you are paying it is where you are paying it on your mortgage, on your credit card, high interest credit card, and all of that. So what Albert Einstein is saying is that those who understand the power of compounding interest, those who understand it, they earn it as interest, as income. But those that don't, you pay it in terms of paying mortgage interest, credit card interest, and all of those high interest accounts. But the same principle applies beyond money when it comes to compounding. Your mindset, your relationships, your skills, and your faith, they all compound. Think about it. If you invest $500 a month at a 10% annual return, you will have about $330,000 in 20 years. But if you wait 10 years to start, you will end up with less than $100,000. That's the power of compounding. The earlier and more consistent you start, the greater the outcome. So compounding interest happen in your investment and your behavior the same way. Just like I said, if you're reading 10 pages of a financial book a day, you're going to see the power of compounding. If you're saving an extra $100 every week, you will see the power of compound interest happen, right? When you're building one new income streams each year, wow, you will see the power of compounding. In fact, you're going to really retire decades than the norm, right? When you're spending 10 minutes visualizing your financial goals every morning, is going to really help in your mindset and how you manifest, how you call things that be not as though they are, right? These are small wins, but over time, they create massive change. When I was writing my book, Beyond the Paycheck, Get Fired Up, which you're going to have access to, is coming out shortly, I realized something powerful. Most professionals are not failing because of lack of ambition, lack of money, and lack of motivation. They are failing because they are stuck. No one ever handed them a system that connects the dots between income, management, growth, and meaning, which is what we always talk about, the life by design, the bedazzled life with meaning, creating the life that you deserve, right? That's why inside this book, I shared the Fired Up Blueprint, which is a clear, holistic roadmap that shows how to move from paycheck dependence to financial freedom, and it's not about the hustle, about the sacrifice and all of that. It's about alignment. When we talk about redefining retirement, it's about structuring your money to serve your life, not the other way around. So each part of this framework, which I talk about in this book, they build on each other. When they work together, your money begins to grow, compounding, right? You are not just financially okay, but you are emotionally okay. You're spiritually okay. You are compounding your wealth, and it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever written, and I can't wait for you to read it. I want you to remember something, right? Consistency is the bridge between intention and transformation. Let me say that again. Consistency is the bridge between the intention. I intend to do this. I want to do this. I'm trying to do this thing. You're using those words, between intention and transformation. Here is where most people get it wrong. They confuse motion with progress. Please don't confuse motion with progress. Don't be busy, but be intentional. When you shift your mindset from big wins to small, consistent action, you start experiencing peace. You start experiencing growth, right? Exponential growth, I would say. So one small win today might be opening up investment account for you. One tomorrow, one small win for you might be that you are automating your savings. One next week might be that you are finishing that book that changes that perspective. You're reading, you're taking those steps, right? And before you know it, your life looks completely different. Who you are becoming every day, you are becoming that person, that your higher self, your next level self, and it's going to shock you who you are becoming every day. So if you're ready to take the next step in your FIRE journey, and the full meaning of FIRE is financial independent, retire early. If you're ready to take that next step in your FIRE journey, don't guess where you are. You want to know where you are on that journey. Take the FIRE Readiness assessment today. Discover exactly where you stand on your path to financial independence and early retirement. Remember, I told you, this is where we retire in our 40s and our 50s. We don't wait until the normal traditional retirement age. No, we are redefining retirement. So I want you to take this assessment so that you know your numbers, know the gaps, you design your next move with clarity. Then the next thing is to join our community, the Fired Up Collective. This is a global community of professionals who are designing wealth and purpose, not pressure, who are creating and who are designing the life they deserve, funded by the wealth they are creating, right? And don't forget the new book, Get Fired Up, Beyond the Paycheck, is coming out soon. But until next time, remember, you don't need massive change to see massive results. You just need consistent compounding action daily. Thank you for listening to the Fired Up podcast. If today's episode sparks something in you, take the next step towards your freedom. Start with the FIRE Readiness assessment today and discover where you are on your path to financial independence and early retirement. Join the growing community, the Fired Up Collective, where professionals like you are building wealth with purpose and designing the life of impact. So don't forget to subscribe, share, and stay tuned for my upcoming book, Get Fired Up Beyond the Paycheck. But until next time, remember, you don't stumble into the life that you deserve. You design it. So stay intentional, stay courageous, and stay fired up.